or whatever. That was jazz. That was jazz. Yeah, that was jazz. I think that's what it was. It was jazz and vanilla Coke or whatever. Ugh. I could smell that. Ugh, I could smell. It's the smell or whatever. Let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Kiara Strings. I'm a trans woman, and this is the early stream. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. I'm just Jonathan Van. There we go. Um, yeah, just had to do a few things right here. Um, Currently reading, and you fail. Currently reading, and you fail. I'm kidding. But, yeah, welcome to another similar. Yeah, welcome to another similar, podcast where once again we just do something or whatever. Um, but how is everybody? Yeah, so, oh, really? Okay, so, hi, Bisected, how are you? Welcome to whatever this is. Hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully you are doing okay. How was the last 24 hours since I last saw you? Um, yeah, I'm just here looking outside and seeing that there is snow outside. There is snow outside. It's just stopping in for a bit before I need to disappear to drop some keys off of work. Okay. Um. Hopefully, um, the errand will go. Lovely morning yesterday. Hectic work day. Ah. Yeah. Yep. I know the feeling. Too much work and I had to go. Oh, that always sucks. I. Oh, that always sucks. Honestly, I see what you did there. What did I do? Honestly, I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot what I said. Yeah, I kind of forgot what I said. So, bear with me. Yeah, I forgot what I said. Um, let's see. Dropping an errand. No, that I didn't actually do that on purpose. I lit like dropping off keys off of work. That is an errand. I did not. I know. I know. Like as an errand plus errand. That was not a joke. That was honest to God not a joke. That was literally errand. Like you're gonna run an errand soon. Oh wait. Oh. Well, some jokes are made even when I don't try. ONM? What does the NM stand for? New Mall? What does NM? Is it Nevermind or New Michigan? Oh, New Michigan. No, I'm going to stick with New Michigan, not Nevermind. Oh, New Michigan. How much we don't miss you. In fact, you're worse than Old Michigan. Oh. No. Never mind. Not my favorite Nirvana album, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Yeah. Um. So, I really hope that you're well rested after having a skeleton crew do a very very heavy workload. Um, I was just gonna say that coming home yesterday was extremely hectic. Yeah, I thought it was extremely hectic going home. So, we have snow now. We have snow now. As of yesterday, we do have snow now. And I don't have a locker to put my stuff in. So this is gonna be a bit hectic. Um, yeah, what happened was, after work, I left, obviously. Where would I go? Would I stay home from work? Would I stay to work? Um, and what happened was, oh, I don't have another. What ended up happening was, what was the word? Um, I was on my way to a bus stop and I found out that, and I was looking behind me and I saw that, oh look, the bus that is usually leaving me behind is actually here. Hey, look, it's an early bus. Oh, good. And then I went on the bus and then I'm like, oh no, this is not what I wanted at all. Because there was a lot of people on the bus and it was like overcrowded, like really overcrowded. It was just like, holy mother of God, we were like a pack of sardines. And I would have gotten home a lot earlier had it not been for the bus driver stopping at one stop for 5 minutes. And I'm like, why just stop it for 5 minutes? And I was hoping that I would catch an early bus home, but the bus driver just kept bringing in people into the busing, even though it was totally overcrowded. And he just kept like, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna fit in more bus people in the bus, and I'm like, you're gonna kill all of us, you know, like you're gonna kill a lot of us. I can barely breathe in here. And yeah, so it was just bad. And it took me, it could take me an hour to get home, but it took me an hour and a half, really, because like that first bus just kept stopping and just like staying in one spot for minutes at a time. I'm genuinely shocked that yeah, I'm legitimately 100% shocked that I actually made it for the second bus. Although the second bus I took was like 8 minutes late. So I strongly dislike the snow. Very strongly dislike the snow. And I really need to, I have boots, but I don't have a locker. That's the problem. I don't have a locker. So I can't put my boots anywhere. You know, I can't put my boots in. Um, so it's gonna suck because all I have is work shoes, and that's not gonna be good for outside. Um, but aside from that, work was okay. Although I did come out to somebody. I did come out to somebody because, like, um, yeah, I did come out to somebody at work yesterday. Like, this was like at the almost halfway or over halfway through and I was working. Like, I was working and I was concentrating on my own mind. Where there was a girl who I've talked to occasionally came up to me and was like, who helped me, and I told her about, my boyfriend and my ex girlfriend and whatever. And, she actually was like, hey, wait a minute. You said you had an ex girlfriend and now you have a boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, I had an ex girlfriend in high school. I dated my ex in high school and now I have a boyfriend. And she's like, may I ask what your pronouns are? And I'm like, she, her, they, them. Like, kind of, sort of, very reluctantly. Um, because, like, there are people, the people over there know I'm, go by she and her. Um, and she's like, "Wait, are you trans?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then she hugged me. She hugged me. And she's like, "I've never met a trans person before." And she asked, "What's it like?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't know how to describe it to her." Um, yeah, I didn't know how to describe it to her, and like, we talked a little bit, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We just talked. I talked to her about a few things, and I'm like, yeah, like it was surprising because like I never thought I would get that sort of reaction. Never thought I would get that reaction. Um, she actually asked me if I'm trans, and I said yes. Um, yeah, didn't know that I would get that reaction. Um, like no joke, that genuinely shocked me. You know. Um, yeah, it was a little bit shocking, but aside from that, nothing much else happened. You know, it was the same old thing from yesterday. Went to work, came out to somebody. Um, yeah, that's really it. Yeah, that's pretty much all. Yeah. It was, yeah, it was something. Um, I like the fact that my opening screen actually. How much? Oh, the new Pokemon game is tomorrow. It's the new Pokemon game is coming out tomorrow. I'm sort of hyped. Yeah, I'm sort of hyped for the new Pokemon game. You know? Sort of, kind of, sort of hyped. Um, yeah, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday. Um, my boyfriend tried to pre-order. I might pick it up next week. There is a good chance I might pick it up next week as well because, as much as I really like Pokemon, I want to get paid first. Because I didn't actually spend any money since Sunday, but I ended up spending money on yesterday when I got home from work. So I realistically didn't spend any money for like 3 straight days. And when I did, it was on dinner. Unfortunately, I got it mixed up. They gave me chicken wings instead of just like cheesy bread, which in hindsight is better because cheesy bread actually hurts my stomach. Um, but yeah, usually whenever I do buy a Pokemon game, it's gonna be like in a week, around a week. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's usually in a week I'll buy it. Um, like I'm gonna get Pokemon Violet. I think my boyfriend's gonna get Scarlet because he tried to pre-order it and nothing's happening. I mean, yeah, of course nothing's gonna happen considering that he ordered it literally what 4 hours ago. He tried to pre-order it 4 or 3 hours ago. He tried to pre-order it 3 hours ago, and I'm like, you can't order a Pokemon game in 3 hours, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't know how I'm interested in Pokemon again. You know, I have no idea how I'm interested in Pokemon. Like, there was a point in time where I did not give a crap about Pokemon. Yeah, I did not care about it. So what ended up happening was there was like a gap between Pokemon Gold and Silver and Pokemon X and Y where I did not think about Pokemon at all. So I skipped Black and White, I skipped Diamond and Pearl, um, because I didn't really care. And I keep forgetting that there's two of the same Pokemon game that come out each generation, like Red and Blue, Gold and Silver, Red and Blue, things that look good on you. And if I dream, no, I better not. Okay, so there's gold and silver, red and blue, diamond and pearl, black and white. I completely forgot that like it's pretty much like a tag team thing, you know? Completely forgot about that. And then when X and Y, I don't know how I got into X and Y exactly. How did I get into X and Y? I think it was because I I actually see somebody else play it on the internet, like a channel awesome, a former channel awesome person, a former channel awesome person ended up talking and playing it, and I'm like, oh, I'll just play it, you know. Um, my goodness. Yeah, I remember this was pretty much back when I reappeared in my friend's life. So it was just like I was at the library that used to be near my house, and I was reading up on the Pokemon X and Y thing, and I'm like, maybe I should go get it. But I don't even have a Nintendo DS. Keep in mind, this is Nintendo DS era. And so I was like, okay, I might as well. Oh, and I should probably visit my friend. And that's pretty much what I did. I went to Future Shop, which is, for those of you who don't know, Future Shop is Best Buy, but Best Buy's littler brother, little brother that got thrown away and replaced by Best Buy. Um, so I remember that day. I I bought Pokemon X, a Nintendo 3DX, and the M&M show. You know, the M&M show, which was like 13 years old 11 years old at that point. Oh my goodness, it was only the last decade, really? And the M&M show is 20 years old. Can we get a deluxe edition of the M&M show? Cuz it's 20 years old. You'd think there will be a deluxe edition of the M&M show. Like you would think. You know, some old demos, some remixes. I don't know. I mean, the M&M show is not exactly his best album. I could say that the Marshall Mathers LP2 is what I thought I was going to get from the M&M show, and the M&M show is great. I prefer the Marshall Mathers LP2. So yeah, I bought the M&M show for, no joke, $3. I bought that album for $3. That's genuinely crazy. Like, looking back, that's just genuinely crazy. An album that I wanted to get when I was in the 6th grade ended up on sale for $2.99. Oh my god. I mean, time flies when the album is officially 11 years old. But yeah, like, oh yeah, maybe that was when, Pokemon X is when I officially started playing as a girl in video games. Wait, 2000. Yeah, I think Pokemon X was the first game I ever played as a girl. Um, because with the other Pokemon games from my past, it was always a guy. Always. And then I started playing as a girl. Because, like, first I'm like, well, you know, I think this would be good for some sort of thing, you know? Like a little bit of a laugh or whatever. Um, but at the same time, it was something different. I wanted to do something completely different. Um, Aaron from Game Grumps at one point said that when he played a game as a girl, it actually kind of affected the game differently. I don't know if that's exactly how it is, but it actually affected the game a little bit. It plays differently as when if you're playing a male person. So the fact that in X and Y you get to play as either a male or female, it was surprising to me. So I picked female, and yeah, it was actually like quite interesting. Um, so I ended up playing as a female for the next, for the, yeah, for the next Pokemon game. And in other games like Mass Effect. Fun fact, yeah, that's another thing. Mass Effect was also one of the first games where I played as a woman because, it seemed right. You know, it felt right. I would love to play I would love to play Mass Effect, but I'd rather play with my boyfriend. You know, I want to see how he plays it. Because I know how I played it. I beat the first 3 games twice. I've seen my other friend play Mass Effect, and I want to see how my boyfriend plays it. Um, Also, I want to play Devil May Cry again and New Game Plus. I should have done that ages ago. I beat Devil May Cry twice, so that's something I should have done a long time ago. It's like, what am I doing? You know, it's like, what am I doing? Shh. Um, but yeah, like, pretty much it's like, yeah, Mass Effect was pretty much insane, you know? Yeah, I never played a game like Mass Effect. So what ended up happening was I didn't know what to expect, you know? Did not know what to expect from Mass Effect. So, I've told the story plenty of times, but, um, I told my friend that I got an Xbox 360, and he's like, "Oh, you should totally play Mass Effect," and I'm like, "Do I want to?" And then he's like, "Here, play it," and I'm like playing it, and I'm like, "Oh, whatever, it's fine." And then he's like, "Borrow this here. Here's a copy of this game. Borrow it." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." And I got really into it after like a week or so. You know, I think I beat the game in like 2 weeks. Um, yeah, I put in a fair share of hours just playing that game. Whenever, like, before I had work, this was back when my neighbor and I used to go to work together, so I could just go to next door and just play it. You know, not next door, um, just go to next door, and she would drive me to work. Um, um, yeah. So there was a point in time where I was home for like at least 4 hours before, and I'm like, okay, let's just do this. And I ended up playing until the time I actually ended up going to work. My goodness, that seemed like so long ago. Um, yeah, that seemed like so long ago. But yeah, like I would like legitimately play I I can't believe I used to like play video games before work. Aside from Twitch, I used to play a lot of video games before work. Mm, it was genuinely like fun. And then I kind of like maybe it was because I burnt myself out from video games. Like I have I had an Xbox 360 and I had an Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Uh-oh. Yeah, I had an Xbox 360 and a PS3. And I bought loads of games. Like, I'm talking a lot of games for each system. So, like, yeah, I have a lot of games. And, a part of me wants to, like, bring the cabinet I have from my basement and just put it, somewhere in my room. Yeah, video started buffering. I figured, like, I've seen the dropped frames. Yeah, I saw the dropped frames because it's kind of cold outside. It's -3, and there's snow outside. It's not snowing, but there is snow outside, and that genuine, um, yeah, like there is snow outside. Um, um, yeah. So there's a good chance the stream might buffer. There's a very good chance that the stream might buffer a little bit. Um, yeah, there's a good chance it might buffer a little bit. So keep that in mind as far as I know, or something. Um, my goodness, the people who I like the hold on a minute. My boyfriend is asking me which Pokemon am I choosing as my starter, and I'm like, I haven't seen any of them. I'm going into this blind. I'm going into this game absolutely blind. I don't know any of the starter Pokemon. And he's asking me, you know what they look like, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what they look like. And he's probably like giving me a shocked look, and it's like, because I sometimes go into games completely blind, you know? I like going into games completely blind. Why? Keeps me on my toes, or whatever. It keeps me on my toes, and I want to see what would happen. Can you blame me? I mean, you probably can, because it's like, are you serious? You know, it's one of those, are you serious? What are you doing? And I'm like, well, I want to. I want to see what's going to happen. And he wants me to show me, he wants me to show the starter Pokemon. I'm like, okay, fine. Show me the starter Pokemon. Show me the money. Show me the money. It's on the cover of every ad and promo. I didn't see any ad or promo. I avoided that ads and promos. Yeah, that's the thing. I've avoided all the ads. Every single ad. Every single ad I avoided. Like kind of the plague. Okay, not avoided like the plague, but I somehow missed them, so I have no idea what they look like. Now my boyfriend wants to show them to me. Even though sometimes I keep telling him, do not tell me anything. Oh, they look cute. Oh, Sprigitito, Fuecoco, Quaxley. At this point, I don't know anymore. I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure who I'm gonna, like, look for. I'm not sure. Like, my boyfriend is, like, showing me, and I'm telling him, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to take a moment with this, you know? I don't know what... Yeah, I don't know which Pokemon I would get. Because, quite frankly, that's all I got. Yeah, I don't know what I would get, you know? Yeah, I don't know which, Pokemon I would get, because I don't think ahead. Like, I've never, like, for the past 2 Pokemon games I've played, I've never looked at the Pokemon starters. I just go into it kind of blind, you know? I'm just going into it kind of blind. You know? Yeah, I'm just going into this. I'm going with the hot pepper dinosaur. Okay, kiss. My boyfriend is going with the hot pepper dinosaur. Um, whatever that is, but yeah, I would rather just go. Yeah, I'd rather just go into this completely blind because I want to. I don't want anybody to be like, oh my goodness, what is this? You know, I don't want one of those, what is this thing that's going on? I want to go into this completely barren. I want to see how I would feel about all this, you know? I would genuinely like to know how it feels. You know, I want to get like some sort of, and he's like, I know, but I'll think about it when I play. Okay, so He's thinking about it when I'm going to think about it when I actually play the game. When I play the game, I am going to think about which Pokemon I'm going to start with. Because I don't want to just go ahead and be like, hey, listen, here's what I'm going to need from you. I'm going to need to go and choose a Pokemon immediately. And I'm like, couldn't you just leave me alone? I know, but I've picked a starter Pokemon without seeing them before I played the game. You know, I just go into some things blind. Sue me. You know? I just go into things blind. Is that so much? Is that a bad thing sometimes? I like going into things blind, so whatever. He's like, you're difficult. And I'm like, I know I'm difficult. Kiss. Love you. Oh yeah, I'm difficult. I'm absolutely difficult. I know. I absolutely know I'm difficult. I'm absolutely difficult, but at the same time, I don't care. I'm kidding. I don't care. Like, I want to do what I want to do. And what I want to do is party. I want to do things. Stuff and things, you know? I want to be one of those people who are kind of difficult. You know, I don't want, like, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who just want to go into a place blind. You know, there are games that I've never even seen footage of, but I just play anyways. We've all been there, you know? All of us have been there. Yeah, all of us have absolutely been there. So it's pretty much like, huh. You know, it's pretty much one of those situations. And I personally don't give a crap. I want to... Yeah, I want to go ahead and do, you know, like, something else. Like, I want to go into, like, I bought, the first 3 Fable games without knowing what they looked like. You know, I'll be honest, I played a dangerous game by doing, I played a dangerous game, not literally. I played a dangerous game just buying games just because I wanted them. Neglecting my PlayStation 2 games that I bought a bunch of, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. There was a lot more. There was an absolute lot more. Yeah, there was a lot more. Um, yeah, there was a whole lot more games that I kind of forgot. You know? It's insane. Insane. Ish. It's crazy. But it's not my fault. You can't make me that. But, like, honestly, who hasn't just I thought she was but come on, who hasn't blind bought a game? Okay? Can I just ask, who hasn't blind bought a game? Who hasn't? You know? I've done it plenty of times. The first 3 Fable games. Okay, that's pretty much it. I've never always blind bought a game, but you know where I'm coming from. I've never blind bought a game as recently as I thought. Yeah, so I've never blind bought a game as much as I thought I did. So... Whoops. Yeah, I never thought I would. I thought I would blind buy a lot more games than I thought. Um, so that's kind of difficult. Not difficult, but yeah. Oh my goodness. I wish the Pokemon game came out like during the spring, but then again, I wouldn't have enough money to like buy it, so I'm trying to keep my patience. I'm trying to be patient with a few things. No, I actually woke up before you, so checkmate liberal. Um, whoops. So at this point, it's like, hey, Kiara, more subs, you say? Hi, Katie. Thank you for coming by. How are you? And no, no more subs. You've given me quite enough. It's totally fine, you know? Again, thank you for the subs. We were just here talking about, blind buys. Yeah, we were talking about blind buys, you know? And Pokemon is coming out tomorrow. The new Pokemon game is coming out tomorrow. And up until 4 minutes ago, I did not know what the starter Pokemon looked like at all. Until my boyfriend just showed me. Sure. Yeah, so, what ended up happening was just a few minutes ago, my boyfriend just showed me, a few Pokemon. Like the Pokemon starters for the new game, and I'm like, well, unlike the other two games, I don't know. Now I know what the starters look like. Um, I hope in the next few hours I'll forget what they look like, because I have a very terrible mind, or a very terrible memory. By the way, anyone still have a crush on Allison, Allison Hannigan? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Dear? What? What happened? Is there something on my face? Is there something on my face? Anytime somebody says, dear, there's something on my face. It's 2 days from now, not one. Well, oh, no! I went too far. You sent me back too far. Oh, I keep forgetting that games are released on Friday. They're released on Friday, not Thursday. Well, good news. Time to smoke a lot of tall glasses of water. I have to smoke a tall glass of water to forget what I saw. Yes, you do. Okay, good. Good. You do. You absolutely do. I mean, it's Allison Hannigan. And here's the thing. I still love Allison Hannigan. You know what? You know what's absolutely funny? In the first American Pie movie, Jason Biggs is trying to get laid because apparently that's all teenage boys want to do is just to get laid. Christina Ricci and Thora Birch too. My go-to was Winona Ryder. Yeah, Thora Birch is amazing. Christina Ricci is amazing. My go-to was Winona Ryder. Now I don't even know my female crush. I don't know my female crush. Like my crushes in the acting circle. Yes, actually, you know what? I love Firuza Balk. I love her. Firuza Balk is amazing. Firuza Balk is a legend. Like, I love her. She is my go-to as well. DJ, how are you? Welcome. How did the rest of your stream... Well, actually, I saw you raid out to Eppolite. But how did the rest of your stream go? Hopefully it went well. I trust you. Yeah, so if you're not following DJ Alpha Omega, he just finished his stream about 10 minutes ago, and he was playing, he beat Arkham City. So yeah, go follow him. He's an absolute delight to hang around. Um, yeah, he's an absolute delight to hang around. So go follow him. Um, yeah, he is absolutely gangbusters. It was great. Came to my favorite early morning stream. That would well, first of all, this is not a fate. You said favorite early morning stream, but you're here. So I'm not sure what that means. Also, hi Deathly. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna shout Deathly out as well. Because sometimes whenever DJ is here, Deathly is as well. Hold on. But I hope, like, the both of y'all are doing okay. You streamed for about 6 hours. Which is surprising, because I can never play a game for 6 hours. There you go. If you're not following Deathly Darling, go follow her as well. Um, but yeah, you said you came to your favorite early morning stream, but you're here. Oh, that joke is never gonna get old until I have a new spin on it. But we were talking about both Pokemon and our crushes in the celebrity world. Like, we're talking about Allison Hannigan. We're talking about Fairuza Balk and Thora Birch and Christina Ricci. And I was about to say something. You too. Love you too. Love you too. Stay safe. I was gonna say something about American Pie. I was gonna say something, and because in the first movie, Jason Biggs was just like, "Hey, like I want to get laid," and it's like I want to get laid, and it's like, like I guarantee you, not every high school guy wanted to get laid. Speaking of someone who didn't come out as trans in high school, but not every guy wanted to get laid. Again, I had a girlfriend in high school, but I never even thought about getting laid. I just wanted to like go through high school and that's it. You know? Hi Mercadian, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Um but yeah, I was one of those people who yeah, I'm one of those people who genuinely does not who did not care about getting laid. I mean, I had sexual frustration, but I did not care about getting laid. But American Pie, which was released in 1999, it was all about that. Fun fact: I tugged it silly to American Pie too. I'm glad that you're doing quite all right. We're just talking about American Pie a little bit, and Allison Hannigan is the love interest for Jim or Jason Biggs. And amazingly enough, Jason Biggs is like, I guess I'm gonna settle for Allison Hannigan. He's like, I guess I'll settle for you. And it's like, I'm sorry, what? You guess you will settle for Allison Hannigan? No, no. She settles for Jason Biggs. It's not the other way around. You don't settle for Allison Hannigan. Allison Hannigan settles for you, Jason Biggs. And you are a pretty good looking person. Alright, I'm gonna need to shout and drop the keys. I will be allowed to put until I'm back. Okay, Bisected, you have fun with your errands. I'll be here for at least up until 90 minutes, but that's never going to be guaranteed because every time I say the stream is going to be 90 minutes, it's going to bleed into the 2 hour mark. So I don't even know. May I share some whip art I'm currently causing to happen later? Whip art? Yeah, sure. You can go ahead and share it. Some WIP art. I'm not sure what WIP means, but you go ahead and do it. You go ahead and absolutely do it. Work in progress. Oh, work in progress. I thought WIP art was just like a different type of art. Like traditional art. Traditional art, CG art, um, um, 3D art, all that. Jason Biggs is just some basic white guy. Just pulled most movie men. Yeah. Um, Jason Biggs was popular. Anytime, Deathly Darling. I hope you're doing absolutely well. But Jason Biggs is just like, I want to say how popular he was. Allison Hannigan, though, Allison Hannigan was like, she wasn't my crush, but she was she was like amazing because of Buffy. You know, it's like like if there was like Buffy the Vampire Slayer in universe with American Pie, he there would have been a joke where like a Jason Biggs would have been like, "Hey, you look familiar. Aren't you that you look like that girl in that show about a vampire slayer or whatever." Um Credit goes, let's see this. Huh. Well, should I I'm going to like well, since you put it in the chat, I might as well show it. Oh, would you look at that? It's already here. Um Nice job, Skater Girl 2B, work in progress. Oh, okay, let's see. And yes, I do have a DeviantArt account as well. This is nice so far. This is absolutely nice so far. So far, so good. Yeah, very so far, so good. Like, I never seen a muscle-bound skater girl before, but shows you what I know. There's a first time for everything. But yeah, oh, my voice just cracked at the horrible time. Oh, I do not like when my voice cracks. Well, time to kill my voice. But yeah, I don't think like I had in terms of a crush I had on celebrities. I had a crush on Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I know there's more, but anytime I try to like whenever I'm off stream, I know which guy crush I actually had, like which crush on guys I had. And now I'm on stream, it's like I'm completely drawing a blank. Like, so yeah, so it's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Billy Joe Armstrong. So that pretty much means I'm into guys with 3 names. So in terms of like crushes I have on girl celebrities, it's Fifi Dobson, Fairuza Balk. Um, it's not quite legible, but the tats read F Terps on the biceps, A Cab on the knuckles, and the Anarchy A on the shoulder. Oh my goodness. I want more tats. I don't think these are enough. I don't think these tattoos are enough. I really want more tattoos. Like, I really want more tattoos. I was supposed to get more tattoos years ago, but COVID happened, so it just never happened. Um, but yeah, like, the tats, like, I saw some of the tats, they are pretty good. Like, yeah, the Sadie Rom. This is actually really good. Holy Mother of God, this is really good. Um, that's honestly really good. But yeah, in terms of like, yeah, like in 2020 I tried to draw, like keyword being tried. I actually have what's it called? I actually have a sketchbook which I bought a year ago or so, and I tried to draw, but it just didn't pan out. So I have a sketchbook which I'm seeing from here, and it's just kind of a blank on a lot of pages because I don't know what to draw. So I'm just gonna be writing. Speaking of tats, I recently came up with a Yakuza Blaha shark tat with cherry and white pink and white cherry blossoms. Amazing. Oh my goodness, that's absolutely amazing. Why is my... Stop doing that. But yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I could never think of a design like that. You know? Never could think of a design like that. I'm trying to think of a design I could go for. You know? Maybe the My Chemical Romance spider. You know? I want to get a My Chemical Romance spider on me. Like, probably right here. But, the problem is it's going to be on bone. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. It's also literally transcolored. So, pink, white, and blue. If I'm not... Pink, white, and blue if I'm not mistaken. Huh. Not bad. Not bad. That's pretty amazing, honestly. Yeah, that's pretty decent, you know? Yes, trans flag, trans love, and trans bass guitar pick. Oh, I really... Yeah, I was... Oh my god, I was supposed to actually, like, make an emote like my bass guitar pick. So, a couple of people have, like, actually asked me if I could make them a bass guitar pick emote. Yeah, a couple of people have actually, like, asked me to do it. Like, the Necromancer Queen, they asked me if, I could make a non-binary bass guitar pick, which I can do. I can absolutely do. I just have to go on Krita, which I have not opened on my, like... I have not opened Krita on my... I haven't opened it on my tablet in years, so I really have to get going with that. It's been It's been a couple of years, so I don't know if I actually have the chance to pull it off. You know what? Let me see. Let me try something here. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, my God. My plug for it. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? It just went in so fast. I don't know where it is. Okay, I got it. Like, the reason as to why I ended up, like, hydrate. Oh, I forgot about the hydrate check. Give me a minute. I'm gonna get some water. This is clearly not enough water. I'll be back. Hold on, I'll be back. Nobody look at my pants. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some water. Okay, for those of you who need to take your meds right now. If you need to take your meds, take them right now. See, that didn't take long. It only took 30 seconds. But yeah, it did not take long. Yeah, it didn't take long. So, anybody who needs to hydrate, l'chaim. Oh. This is so much... Cold water is so much better than cream soda. Nothing gets out cream soda. Wink, wink. My friend is just like, oh my god, the snow. Meds ain't optional. They're not. If you need to take your meds, take them. Oh god. Okay, so this is my tablet. I got this tablet in 2020, and I almost dropped it right now. I got this tablet in 2020, and this is what I use for making emotes. As you can see, as you can see, I actually have a good time with this. So yeah, I can drink the stolen orange from work. You drink wait, so you drink actual oranges, not orange juice? Katie, I'm quite impressed. I don't know how you can drink orange. How can you drink orange out of orange? I mean, orange juice I can get, but holy mother of God. You stole some again? Oh, you, Katie, you klepto. You absolute klepto. So proud of you. So I don't know how to do, I forgot how to, like, do this. It's been a long while since I used Krita. Yeah, it's been a very, very, very long while since I actually used it. Yeah, I've kind of forgot how I used to use this. Um, my artistic auntie saw my art contest recently and wanted to get me a drawing tablet for Christmas. She should go for it. She should totally go for it, honestly. Approved. Absolutely approved. No, absolutely approved. No orange juice. F them. They sell and make milk. They even sell it in the prisons here. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. Go ahead. Like, F them. Exactly. Just F them. It's my duty to burn this place down and steal juice. And I'm all out of juice. I'm trying to find, drinking oranges just to stab a straw into one. Yeah, just like in the Tropicana ones, you know? The labels where it's like, okay, just like an orange, and then you just stab a straw through it. You know? That'll be something. Hold on a minute. Let me check where it is. I'm trying to find my trans bass guitar pick. I'm trying to find it. Trans pick, is this it? Actually, I think this is a rough copy. I'm not sure if anybody can see it, but this is a rough copy of, like, my trans... No, this is a bisexual one. This isn't trans. This is the bisexual bass guitar pick. And it wasn't even released. So if anybody wants me to draw something like this, I can probably do it. Like, all I have to do is just do a few things here and there. But yeah, this is what I actually used to do, like, not, like, around last year. I don't know if anybody can see this, but I used to do something like this around last year. I wish I could stream my workplace right now, but it might dox me. Yeah, at the very least, you could take pictures, and, yeah, at the very least, take pictures if you want, and just leave the doxing out. Trans bass guitar pick, more like bass guitar picks. Marcadian, that is such a good joke. I'm not even gonna bother with the laugh track. But yeah, I completely forgot. Kind of completely forgot that I did something like this. Holy Mother of God. Based. Just based. Lol. Trying to figure this out? Yeah, I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on. There we go. I really should have done something like this kind of emote, for other people. You know, I really should have. Yeah, I genuinely should have like done this for other people, cuz it's not that hard. I could do like it took me a while to do my bass guitar pick, but like it's genuinely not that hard. Um no, it still docked me. Anyone that knows what state I can and look up the crates and sum up where I am easily. Here's the thing. I don't know anything about trying to sum up the crates because I've seen crates and I don't know how to read them. A few of us here don't know how to read crates. All of that would take 5 minutes max. I mean, I don't want to dox myself, but like there are things in here that I could have easily been doxed for, you know? I said where my old job was, and that could be an indication of where I am, you know? No, you do. No, nope. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. PSA safety first. Yeah, the name is right on the crates. Okay, I mean, you could always. Here's the thing, Katie. You could always black it out. Just black out the crates. I'm pretty sure there's an app on your phone where you could just black out things and you could easily black out the crates, you know? If the names are right there, just black out the crates. That's all you need to do, you know? I mean, that's how you could go without getting doxxed. You can still take the picture. You just have to, like, black out the address and the name. So, yeah, not the address, but the name the company is under. Yeah, you can black that out as well. Yeah, you could absolutely black out all those, you know? I meant for videos, not pics. Um, yeah, like, here's the thing. Videos is one thing, unless you're editing them. You know, if you're making a video about the company you work for, maybe shoot and then edit them for later, you know? And if you're gonna do like that's why I kind of suggested just doing pics instead. Yeah, it's for pics is easy. The address isn't on them. Yeah, for pics is easy. Go for pics. You know, less of a hassle. Maybe less of a hassle. I'm saying maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. Oh my goodness. Oh, this cold water is just going down smooth. Oh, it's absolutely going down smooth. Oh. I just hope I can get to work in a good place, you know? I really hope I can get to work. I genuinely hope I can get to work at a proper time. Hopefully. Um, you know? Fingers crossed. But I wanted to stream this place. It's whatever, though. If it's gonna dox you, do not stream it. Here's the thing, Katie. If it's gonna dox you, do not stream it if it's going to dox you. Get pictures, put it on your Twitter or Facebook. That's one thing. Just having a camera right now could get me fired. It probably could. Like, you know, I mean, there's cameras probably all over the place, but, oh, ish, what? Oh, no. Should I be quiet? Should I be quiet? Are you in trouble? Yeah, like, if you self-dox, don't say, yeah, like Mercadian says, don't self-dox. Or are you having that realization that having a camera right now could get you fired? Which, yeah, it probably could. But, at the same time, it's like, it's horrifying sometimes. You know? But I don't want anybody... Okay, you're good now? Well, are you okay? What happened? Yeah, I hope you're okay. Did a manager come by and just, like, try to see you on your phone or whatever? 'Cause I've been there plenty of times. Yeah, I'm confused too, but at the same time, I get it. You know? Again, do not dox yourself if, like, do not make a video or picture of yourself if you're gonna dox yourself, okay? Please don't. It's a lot easier if you just, like, try to, like, kind of stay away from a lot of it, you know? Just try to, like, get away from. No, I turned around and there was water hot enough to melt me close by. Okay. I almost said water hot enough to melt cheese. My boss doesn't care. Okay. To an extent, your boss cares about your safety. At least if your boss doesn't care about your safety, then not a really good boss. But I actually thought you were gonna say melt cheese. I'm like, I wasn't gonna dox myself. That's why I didn't stream. You know what? It's totally fine. Like, stream at your own time. Like, do not stream at work. I personally never stream at work. Yeah, I never ever stream at work. So, close by meaning not even 5 feet away. Mm. Well, speaking of jobs, I should probably tell my boyfriend this, but I got fired. Not from the current job. I actually did get fired from the job that was like 6 weeks. You know? I actually got fired from my last job. Should probably tell my boyfriend that. I only was going to so you could see it. That's all. I mean, if you have me on Discord, maybe. Like, here's the thing. If you have me on Discord, you could show pics, but not on stream. Okay? Don't do it on stream because, like, some people are gonna catch you and it's gonna be like, wow. You know? Or you could just put it on Facebook. Yeah, it's a lot easier if you actually just put everything on, like, the video on Facebook instead. With your camera, just, like, put your camera and just put it on Facebook. Or just take the pics. But I did actually, I was fired / my 6 weeks were up. Yeah, I was fired and my 6 weeks were up. So I was fired and not renewed. Because I wasn't doing a very good job. I'm gonna be honest, I was not doing a very good job. I was supposed to do one thing, but I don't know if it's legal. I already put it on Facebook. I don't have you on Facebook. I'm not using Facebook until, like, maybe Thursday. I rarely use Facebook. But you can find me on Facebook. Kiara, like, just type in Kiara the Whistleblower Strings. Okay? I'll get to you soon. On Facebook, my name is Kiara the Whistleblower Strings. Or Kiara the Whistleblower Williams. I'm sure if you put Kiara in, you'll see my face. If you type in Kiara, you'll see my face at least. But yeah, I kind of got fired from my last job. Not this current one, which is great. I got fired from my last job. Because I wasn't doing a very good job, you know? Usually I would, like, do other things, you know, like put stuff in boxes, sometimes operate heavy machinery, you know? Yeah, sometimes. But what ended up happening was, like, literally the third day, like, in the beginning of the third day, somebody was like, hey, I don't know if this is legal. You know, I have no idea if this is actually legal or, like, they're trying to get rid of me. But and the third day, the place that I was actually supposed to be at, somebody was like, "Hey, we're gonna need somebody from your department." It's like, okay, and they're like, "Hey, we need you to go to this other department." I'm like, "Do I have a choice?" And the TL's like, "No, you don't have a choice." And they're like, Okay, so I ended up like going into like something called maintenance, where my job was pretty much like sweeping the floors. Yeah, just sweeping the floors, passing out water bottles, throwing the garbage away. Something that I was not supposed to do. And he said, "Okay, I'm just gonna have you for today," and then it turned into the rest of the week. And I was only supposed to be there for at least, no, not even the rest of the week. It was only supposed to be that day, and then the next day, and I go back to my original department. But he's pretty much like the rest of the week, and I'm like, wait, what are you doing? It's like, I don't have enough people. It's like, this is not my department. This is genuinely not my department. So I ended up working at that department, um, which is pretty much like cleaning the entire building. And I did not want to do it. And what, that was 10 hours? It was 10 hours. So there were different like things that I had to do. Either like there were a few of us, there was like 6 of us, like either like sweeping, um it was either sweeping half of a building, or another day I would like another week I would pass out water bottles. Um and I read a book and I got caught a couple of times, which I think I got fired for, because it's like I didn't really care about that department, so I got fired. Yeah, I got fired for that. He could have just straight up sent me back to my original department where I'm supposed to be, but he actually kept me. That person actually kept me in that department, like I'm not supposed to. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be in that department. I did try, but doing that for 10 hours, it's like 10 hours in the morning, it just got worse. And it was only a temp job anyway, so it just got, so just being there was kind of heartbreaking, because at the same time I couldn't stream at the same time, because I started at like 5 in the morning. um and so I don't know if that's actually legal. um just like taking somebody out of the department, saying, okay, I'm going to need you for 2 days, and then just extending it. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? It's like you just took somebody out of a department that they're familiar with already, and you're just going to take them out? That that has to be illegal in some places. I'm not sure. It was not like the people were nice, but it was like pretty bad what the person actually did. Like, kind of just screw me over a job. I mean, in hindsight, I could have just like walked away and found another job. Um, and the job I have, like, yeah, the job I have doesn't like, I was pretty much a janitor. Yeah, I was pretty much a janitor. Just like, I just had a broom and just like swept around. Like, that's not what I was supposed to do. I was not hired for this. And it was just like, yeah. And here's the thing. There was an upstairs that looked like it had never been swept for like a year or so. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, there was an upstairs that was not swept in a year, and the person in charge actually got me to sweep upstairs. So it's like, wait, so this entire place is dusty, and now you're actually like considering, hey, I'm being hired. Hey, this person is like being hired. Let's just like get this person to go upstairs and just like sweep everywhere where there's dust. And like, yeah, there's dust. I actually had to vacuum. Yeah, I had to vacuum. I actually had to like wipe everywhere. And here's the thing. The upstairs the upstairs part of the building was the size of, let me see. Let me put it this way. It's the size of this entire first floor. Yeah, it's the size of this entire first floor, and then triple, like kind of double it. Yeah, and like half of this floor and then double it. And I was the only one who was doing it. I was the only one who was like sweeping. I had to vacuum. I had to sweep the dust. And it seemed like nobody did it for like months. And on top of that, the TL was watching me all the time through cameras. So I actually had to constantly walk around for 10 hours because I actually had to it was exhausting. Like for 10 hours doing that, and like the cameras were all over, and he's like, I know where you he's like, I know where you are at all times. And I told some people at the job this, and they were like, yeah, you're not, that's not supposed to happen. You can't, like, he can't do that. You know, like some people actually saw me walk around the building because I didn't want to get fired. So I actually constantly had to walk around the building, and then he sometimes accused me of not doing work. Like he just straight up accused me of not doing work, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like imagine if I clean the entire building. What am I supposed to do next? Um like it was frustrating, you know? Granted he did like I did not do a great job. Um I wanted to do edit like even a couple of people just straight in other departments just straight up said, "Okay, I'm going to sign like look at the board for other positions, you know?" And there's a good chance that he would not like let me go to another position. There was a very good chance he was not going to let me go to another position. Like he constantly told me if I do anything like sit down or anytime, I'd get fired. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? You know? Like, at least with this job, I'm on my feet constantly. I never take a break. There are some times when at this job, at this specific job right now, sometimes I don't even take a break. Time goes so fast where I'm working that I genuinely do not take a break. And so one of my TLs is like, "Did you take your break?" And I'm like, "What time is it?" And it's like, "It's been 3 hours already." So they tell me to take a break. Um, so yeah, at least I needed something that actually has me on my feet, but for a good reason. Not being a custodian, what essentially is a custodian job, which I know I did not sign up for. But at this point, it's like a few people were kind of behind me. You know, I told them about what happened, and they were like, "Yeah, that's not supposed to happen." And they tried so hard to get me into another position of the job. It I got like I actually did sign up for a position, but since I was new, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't have hired me because it's like you've been around for like 5 weeks. Give somebody else a chance. It's like goes by seniority, and it's like, but I don't want to be in that position. So when I actually ended up getting let go, it was a relief because I did not want to like stay at a position that caused me nearly to sleep. You know, because I was tired from other jobs. Like sometimes I'm tired of this job, not tired because of this job, but I'm tired whenever I have lunch. Sometimes I just fall asleep. Black Star, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. We're just talking about the time where I actually got fired slash let go from a temp job for not doing a great job. Um, but yeah, so too long didn't read. Too long didn't read. The short version, had a job in the morning for like 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks, which was a temp job anyways. Um, spent 2 days putting away things in boxes. Um, yeah, 2 days putting things in boxes. Another department, which is maintenance, which is like cleaning the workplace, actually just called my department saying, "Hey, we need somebody." And it's like, okay, fair. It's like, hey, why don't you like this person, this new person, why don't you just come on for like at least a day, and then it turned into another day, then a week, and it's like, what are you doing? Why are you keeping me here? You probably know that I'm not good at this. Why don't you just send me back? And at one point, he's like, hey, I need you, so I'm just going to call your old department and let them know you're staying here permanently. And it's like, I don't want to be in this position. Sounds like workplace harassment? Well, yeah, it's a little bit too late. I told my boyfriend exactly this, and he's like, well, you're getting people water, so it's like, no, 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 no. I don't want to get people water, you know? I'm one of those people who drinks water from water fountains, but that's it. But I don't want to get people actual water. Some of the stuff you mentioned makes me think of how I got my position at this job now. I would say find another job. Like I quit my first job, like the one from 9 years because the place there were people there that I did not want to work with anymore, and I got sick of like the politics. And when they changed the times from 3 p.m. to 11:30 to 4 p.m. to 2:30 a.m., that was pretty much like the worst of it, you know? That was pretty much like kind of the last straw. So when they're like, hey, instead of like 8-hour shifts, you're gonna go for 10 hours and you're gonna be here right past like the morning, and it's like, no. Some of us have lives. I don't even care if we have 3 days off. Some of us have actual lives. And if the shift ends at 2:30, some of us do, a fair share of us do take the bus. And the last bus comes at like 12 in the morning. Why would you actually do that? I wanted initially, but the position is really chill. How I got to text you now because of it. Well, there's always a silver lining, but for me, the last job which I got let go of was pretty bad. You know? Plus not as much drama than my boss is pretty chill. Well, you're luckier than I am. Like, my boss was not chill. Like, I rightfully got, like, let go because he saw me reading a book. He gave me a few chances, and then he saw me reading a book and sitting down, and I'm like, okay, you're fired. I'm like, and then, like, literally about 2 or 3 weeks later, I get this job. And it's like a pretty damn good job, you know? I actually like it. You know, good hours, good people, you know? It actually is a genuinely fun job. Like, people leave me alone, but at the same time, I get to talk to people, you know? At the last job, like the job that I got let go of, my boss was not chill. I'm pretty sure, like, with the, like, me cleaning upstairs, he never made anybody else do that. How dare you get knowledge when he was How dare you get knowledge while he was stalking you via cameras? Well, it was during my work. It was not on break. It was not on break. So, yeah, it was definitely not on break. It was during my work hours. It was when I was supposed to be working. Um, but yeah, I was reading the Will Smith book, which you should all. Here's the thing: the last book I read at that place was the Will Smith biography, which I'm gonna be honest right now. Yes, people are just like, why are you? Some people are like, why are you reading that Will Smith book? And I'm like, this is after the incident at the Oscars. And after reading that book, I can definitely see where he's coming from, because people are like, oh, Will Smith's the most charming man alive. He's so friendly. Wow. And then Queer Venture Time. I was gonna, every single person who I always wanted to raid ends up either raiding out or raiding me. Oh, hi, Queer Venture. How are you? Let me shout you out. If you're not following Queer Venture right now, Coral is absolutely an amazing streamer. She just streamed Crusader Kings 3. She's absolutely fantastic. She was streaming for about 7 or 8 hours, but everybody, like, people, go follow Queer Venture right now, please. But to anybody who was part of Coral's raid, hi, I'm Kiara Strings. I am a trans woman, and this is the early stream where I just genuinely talk about anything. Guess we're gonna keep going, and we're just gonna keep going, and the beats won't keep stopping. But how was the rest of your stream? How was the rest of your stream? I only did 8 hours because I'm obsessed. Only did 8 hours. Coral. Only did 8 hours. Only did 8 hours. That's pretty much like saying, oh yeah, I only watched the entire Supernatural series, all 15 seasons, twice, back to back. Like, once I finish the last episode, I immediately go to the first episode. You only did 8 hours because you're obsessed with the game. I know! I only had an entire desk job. Yes, I understand. But when somebody says that they only do, like, what, 8 hours of a game? You streamed for 8 hours. Don't think I wasn't lurking on your stream. Like, I was lurking on your stream from the moment I got home. Only 8 hours. People, go follow Queer Adventure Time right now. Or, I'll get rid of you guys. But Skullgun, welcome. We're gonna keep going. So, yeah, we're just talking about, look, it's not my fault I'm obsessed. Hey, listen. I'm obsessed with doing these streams. I love doing just chatting streams. But I usually end my streams at 90 minutes. Oh, crap. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. No, it's 92 minutes. Point is, I usually do 90-minute streams. The last few streams were 2 hours. Point is, first of all, thank you, Skullgun, for the follow. See? Listen, I genuinely... Here's the thing. I will wake up at 5 in the morning to do these 90-minute streams that turn into 2 hours. And then they turn into 2 hours and 10 minutes. If you get into it, you go, yeah, right? I don't know why I keep talking. I ran out of water half an hour ago. Jesus. I don't know, like, I'm obsessed with just chatting streams. And before you came along, I was talking about my last job that I was fired at. / let go. So don't judge me for 8 hours. I'm not judging you for 8 hours. Okay, Coral? Sweetie, I am not judging you for 8 hours. It's just... Thank you, Morgia, for the follow. Okay, like, before I go any further, I'm not judging you for 8 hours. I'm absolutely not. You said you only did 8 hours. That's what I'm doing. Well, I'm gonna stop all caps. No, it's totally fine. You're on a roll. You're on a roll. I will never sing like Tom York. So I was talking about how I ended up getting fired from a job / let go. So again, long story short, I had a job for 6 weeks. I'm judging you for 8 hours for Kiara. But yeah, so I had a job for about 7 weeks where I had to get up in the morning. I had to get up at 4 in the morning and go to work at 5 in the morning, and then the shift ended at 3 p.m. 3:05. Okay, I'm so upset. Oh no. You're upset? What happened? Was it something I said? Was it the chat? Do I have to, like, ban somebody? Cope? So, yeah, I ended up, like, I used to work 10 hours at my last job. And I was in the department... Yeah, I was in the department, that required me to just put boxes away. And then I was a glorified janitor because like somebody, it's your friend Katie. Shh, Kay, I'm so upset. I'm judging you for 8 hours for Kira. Let me say, Mister Ryan Nolly did 10 hours straight up just chatting about a week ago. That's insane. I could never do 10 hours. I say doing a just chatting stream that was 4 hours long. Okay, you know what? Here's what you all have to do. Coral, you're upset with Katie. Katie, Coral, both of you, go to the Denny's parking lot, straighten it out, either with a bass guitar battle, a fight, fist fight, or an embroidery contest. Do not put your fight in the stream here. Go to the Denny's parking lot. Why a Denny's parking lot? Long story. Okay, in the late 2000s, whenever somebody actually got upset. I mean, yeah, go to the Denny's parking lot. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm being completely serious. From 2007 to 2009, can we do an eating contest in the sampler platter first? No, it's always the big event at the Denny's parking lot. If you want to get the sampler platter first, go early. Go to the Denny's early. Why not a Waffle House? That's mostly due to the fact that they won't allow you to have events at the Denny's parking lot. Like, no joke, from 2007 to 2009, whenever there needed to be some sort of fight that was not supposed to be at school, it's always like, okay, you, me, Friday night, Denny's parking lot, be there. One of us is about to go down, and it's not going to be me. And then the sex happened right there in the parking lot. It was pretty hot, despite the fact that it was the winter. Kaylee, for the love of God, thank you for giving Coral that gift sub. Oh my goodness, thank you for giving Coral this gift sub. OMG Skull, because half of us might die there. I mean, it is Denny's parking lot. But honestly, like, no joke, if you want to get into a fight, the best place is to get into a fight at a Denny's parking lot. Seriously, go to a Denny's parking lot and get into a fight there. And then some band is gonna go up and just start playing the fight song, and somebody's gonna go, "What's up, Denny's? What's up? What's up, Denny's?" And then just like, people are just gonna start fighting. There's gonna be orgasms everywhere. And, it's pretty much gonna be like a Saturday night at my house. No problem. Besides, you wouldn't want to fight me anyways. I'm legit trained. Denny's parking lot, aka the Fight Club. Yeah, Denny's parking lots are kind of fight clubs here in Canada. Trust me, that's where most of the fights are usually ending up. Again, bass guitar battles, fist fights, bands, orgasms, orgies, embroidery contests, you name it. No matter what season, there will always be a fight at the Denny's parking lot. There's probably a reason as to why there was always police officers all over the place in that area. But I've never been in a fight at Denny's parking lots because, quite frankly, I don't have the energy or the time. But yeah, I was talking about the job that I got fired from. So, like I said before, I was in a job that I had to be there from, what the F part of GTA is this? Anywhere. Katie, anywhere. Anywhere in Canada. Any Denny's parking lot. I don't know if they do it anymore, but any Denny's parking lot in Canada. Freezing man at Denny's. Oh, just wait until it becomes like really hot when it goes from like fighting to effing. Yeah, about my job that I got fired from. So the job required me to be there from 5 o'clock in the morning to 3:05, and it was kind of exhausting. Like for the first 2 days I was there, I just put things in boxes, and then the third day, in like the middle of the third day, it's like, hey, somebody called my TL. It's like, hey, we're gonna need somebody. We're running out of people in this custodial era, because it's like, what was it called? Oh God, why, Coral? Hold on, just let me get through this. So I got put into this place called maintenance, where it's just pretty much like either handing out water bottles, cleaning the entire building with a broom or a few brooms, wiping some walls, um, throwing away garbage, which is not what I'm supposed to do. Honestly, I'm not supposed to do that. And, I kind of lost interest, I'll admit, and, like, the worst part is, like, the TL actually said, no matter what, I'll be watching you throughout the building because there are cameras everywhere. So I usually had to, like, for 10 hours, I actually had to, like, push a cart filled with, like, a couple of brooms and some, like, paper towels. And I actually had to walk around the building, and because any moment he could, like, come out of nowhere, because the many cameras, he knows where I am. So it's pretty much like an invasion of privacy, pretty much. So I just, like, sometimes I would read a book, and then a few times he'd catch me, and I got fired for actually reading a book in the middle of a shift. So yeah, I got fired for that. Um, Thank you, Moon Crickets, for the follow. But yeah, I told a few people at the job about what was going on. Like, a few people actually straight up said that's illegal. A few people said they can't do that. Like, here's the thing: the TL actually did move the goalposts. He went from saying, "Okay, I only need you for today," and then it's like, "Okay, I'll only need you for the next day or so," and it's like, "Okay, I'm gonna need you for like the rest of the week," and it's like, "Okay, I'm gonna actually just need you. I'm gonna need you permanently, because there's not enough people. There's not enough people, so I'm gonna need you permanently. I'm gonna call the department, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna get you to stay in this position." I'm like, this is not what I was hired for. I was supposed to be putting away stuff in boxes. And it's like, yeah, well, yeah, so, and, like, I just kind of, like, yeah, okay, so a few, like, not only did people at work at that job say that that's not supposed to be happening, like, even the people at work said, yeah, he can't do that. But even people in chat are like, what are you doing? And at one point, he got me to, like, vacuum, dust up, no, like, start dusting and vacuuming an upstairs area, which is pretty much like, think of it as the top of this house, like everything around this house, and then double it so it's wide, and I'm the only one who's upstairs in this really wide upstairs thing. Like this upstairs area, which was really wide, and I'm the only one who was actually up there cleaning. And when I did clean, I saw papers all over the floor. There was like empty water bottles, and it seemed like no one, like, it was not cleaned for like a year or so, like literally maybe 6 months, 6 or 7 months, honestly. Like, for 6, 7 months, this place was not clean. It was dusty, it was dirty, and he's like, okay, just go upstairs and clean. It's like, you didn't even get anybody else. I saw he had 6 other people who worked there, and then he got me to, like, work, like, clean up that particular area. And he did it twice. And I'm like, there was only one garbage can. Like, no, there was no garbage can, so I actually had to get a big cardboard box and put in all the garbage in there. And at one point, I actually had to vacuum but I had to go up the stairs. Like there were many stairs, and there was like a baler. There was like what's it called? A baler, some sort of baler here, and I actually had to walk over it with a small ladder, and I actually had to have the vacuum in my hand because of it. So I actually had to like vacuum, and sometimes there was no plug on the other side, so I actually had to like keep vacuuming. So there was like a plenty of there was like dust everywhere still, and like sometimes the plug would actually short out, so I couldn't vacuum at all, so I ended up having to sweep. So it's like this place was not clean at all. It was dusty as all hell. It was genuinely really, really dusty. And then, like, apparently he didn't get anybody else to, like, clean it up. And I don't think anybody, like, I actually suggested, put a few garbage cans in there so I could at least, like, have something to throw away. But nobody listened. Like, nobody genuinely listened to the issues I had with it. So I just didn't want to be there. So I just ended up just bringing a book whenever I could. And Skullgun, what book? It was the it was the Will Smith biography. Judge me all you want. I wanted to read that book even after what happened at the Oscars. OMG, this guy, what the heck? Yeah, y'all might have actual labor laws in Canada, right? Yeah, you have a right to refuse work. And honestly, the person who sent me there, like the TL of my first department, I just asked, hey, can I just, hey, is it okay if I just say, do I have a choice? And she's like, no, you don't have a choice. Yes, you have, like, she straight up said, no, you don't have a choice. You have to go there. So I thought, okay, I'll only be there for 1 day. Then it turned to 2 days. Then it turned into 4 days. Then it turned into 2 weeks. Then 3 weeks. And it's like, and he pretty much complained about my work ethic. And I'm like, and again, I even told a few people I have to walk around because there's a good chance he's watching me. And to a lot of people's credit, they actually just straight up said, that's not right. Sign up for another department. And it was like kind of frustrating because even if here's the thing, if I stood around for at least a minute, he'll know because like of the cameras. So like he probably didn't watch anybody else. There's a good chance he didn't. I mean, I didn't do a good job, but it was not a good department. I complained to my boyfriend and he tried to put a good spin on it, and he's like, oh, you're handing out water to people. And it's like, but that's not my job. That's not what I was hired to do. Like, if I was hired to do it, like, on the first day, that'll be one thing. But you can't just, like, take somebody from the department and then keep them. Like, you honestly cannot do that. You know? And, like, it just got really irritating because I had to get up in the morning to do that. And I'm not saying that, like, there are people out there who do, like, janitorial. Like, it is pretty much like being a glorified janitor, except the extra thing is just, like, passing out water bottles and putting them in coolers, which I did a lot of. And there's only so much you can do when every single cooler is filled up. Shadow Prince 4, how are you? Welcome. But, like, yeah, it was completely frustrating. Like, that job was completely frustrating. And, like, at least at the job I was before then, I only had to go to a department for 1 day, but they never kept me. But, like, the job after was like, we're gonna keep you even though you don't do that good of a job. So, essentially, they're just gonna, like, push me up to fail. Like, it was just like, okay. Like, at some points, I just called in sick. I just genuinely just called in sick because I did not want to work there that day. You know? I did not want to work 4 days for 10 hours for a job I do not like. And I could have stayed. I would have walked out on them, but it was, first of all, it was a temporary job / I quit. No, not quit. I got fired for reading a book. I absolutely got fired for reading. Um, but 3 weeks later, I ended up getting another job, which is the job I have right now. And I've been at this job for about 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm beginning to, like, slowly but surely, people are beginning to like me. Like, I only got training for 2 days, and then I was left alone. And I apparently am doing a really good job. I make some mistakes, but after 2 days of training, they left me alone. And it was fun. Like, occasionally I'll get some feedback, but this job, they leave me alone after 2 days. I'm like, I love you. I absolutely love this job. You know? Yeah, sure, there's no internet there, but at the same time, it's like, I love this job. I like this job because the people are nice. The people are absolute gangbusters. You know? Everybody there is absolute gangbusters. So it's like, oh, I love this. I absolutely love this job. Like, the job is very easy. Like, the job itself is very, very, very easy. But the people are very, very, very nice. You know? I genuinely like going to this job. And unlike the last job, I haven't called in sick. You know? With the exception of the snow outside, which is still going, I need boots. I need a locker. With the exception of, like, I'm gonna need boots for, like, outside. With the exception of that, I do really like being there because the people are really nice. They gender me correctly. At one point yesterday, somebody came up to me, somebody who I occasionally talk to. I told her about my past. I told her about my boyfriend, what I did on the weekend. I also told her about what's it called? I also told her about my ex-girlfriend, and she's like, "Wait a minute. Wait. You just said your ex-girlfriend and now you have your boyfriend." I'm like, "Yeah, I can be I was going to say, "Yeah, I can be bisexual. I'm bisexual." And then she's like, "Wait, what are your pronouns?" And I told her, she, her, they, them. And she's like, "You're trans?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she hugged me. Yeah, she hugged me. And she's like, "Oh my gosh," Um, because I also told her about my non-binary friend, you know? Um, yeah. Um, Surprisingly, she's super supportive. Um, like a lot of people, like pretty much everybody there, everybody in my department, genders me correctly. Um, oh my goodness, I genuinely I like working there because there's no competition. Everybody goes at their own pace, and it's absolutely a fun time. People leave me alone, but at the same time they talk to me. Um, it's kind of never a dull moment. Like sometimes I usually go to sleep during my lunch, but it's way better than the last job I had. Well, the last two jobs I had, because the hours are actually really good at this job, like from like 3:30 to 11:45. Those are my hours today. Those are my hours from 3:30 to from 3:30 to 11:45, and then the work is gonna be coming into the city, so I only have to take one bus, and the time is gonna change from 3 o'clock to 11:30 p.m. So I can easily get home a lot earlier than like 1 in the morning. I don't mind getting home at 1 in the morning as long as I get home eventually, and like this job, it's a warehouse, sure, but time passes really quickly, you know um but yeah, I don't like at the job before where I actually had to like go. I actually had to wake up at 4 in the morning, which, I mean, I do wake up at 4 in the morning, but just because of this, I like doing this. I like doing this early stream. I like doing these streams. I love waking up and doing these streams. I wouldn't do 90-minute streams if at 5 in the morning if I didn't like it. Granted, it's been an hour and 54 minutes. So I can't even ever say that I do 90-minute streams. Sometimes they bleed into the 2-hour mark. Sometimes they go for 3 hours. At one point it went for 4 hours. So at that point it was no longer an early stream. It was just a morning stream. But yeah, I just like doing these streams. I need a reason to wake up in the morning and then go back to bed and then go do work and have fun there, you know? I get tired whenever I'm at work, kind of, but, you know, that's because I don't get enough sleep. I say, after I do an almost 2-hour stream. You know, sometimes I really need to stop putting a cap on, like, the things how much time I have, you know? I always say I do a 90-minute stream. So Coral was right. Okay, Coral? You are right. Okay? Sometimes I just get so into something that it goes on a little bit longer. Again, this used to be a 90-minute... Okay, my very first Just Chatting stream was a 2-hour stream, but that's beside the point. Okay, a fair share of my first few Just Chatting streams were 2 hours. You know what? Don't take anything I say with a grain of salt anymore, because I say I kind of have a little bit of cock-ups. Whoops. But yeah, I'll talk about the Will Smith book before we leave. Okay, so the last book I read at work was the Will Smith book. And I know Will Smith is a controversial person right now, but if you read his book, you can see where he's coming from. You know, people are like, Will Smith he is the GOAT, he is amazing, he's never been angry, he's like the almighty, he's the most likable person in the world. And then you read his book and you're like, holy mother of God, this guy has some issues. And it's like what Todd in the Shadow said. Maybe we didn't know him as much as we thought we did. You know? Like, reading his biography, you can't look at him the same way. Even before the slap. Before Will Smith did what he did at the Oscars, reading that book, you cannot look at him the same way. Like, take what he did at the Oscars away. I cannot look at him the same way. You know, I cannot really look at him the same way. And there are people out there on YouTube who are like, the YouTube comments who are like, Will Smith should get his Oscar taken away for what he did. And it's like, it was a slap. First of all, it was a slap. Second of all, if you're going to take Oscars away from people who did bad things, then 70% of the people who won Oscars should get their Oscars taken away. You know? They have done far worse. What about Kevin Spacey? Like, assaulting young people. Nobody asked him for his Oscars back. Like, did anybody, he won 2 Oscars, and then, and a few years later, he gets, accused of assault. Did anybody ask him for his Oscars back? And Casey Affleck ended up, getting charged with sexual assault. He won an Oscar. Did anybody say he should get his Oscar back? And what would happen if he was supposed to, what would happen if, he got his Oscar revoked for a slap? Okay, so let me see. People getting sexually assaulted, they don't get their Oscars taken away. A guy slaps somebody at the Oscars. Crucify him and take away his Oscar. Okay? I'm pretty sure there's a logic. I'm trying to find the logic here somewhere. You know? I'm trying to find the logic. I don't know. Like, I understand if people were upset about the slap. I completely understand. But saying that his Oscar should be taken away for slapping somebody, you know? It's like, I mean, it was bad, it was controversial, but at the same time, really? And what would happen if he actually had to give his Oscar away? Would they actually have to give away the Oscar to the person who was supposed to win, like the person who had the second most votes in the like best actor category? It's like there has to be an asterisk because that Oscar is tainted. If he gets his Oscar revoked and it's given to somebody else, that Oscar would be tainted. Oh, I'll go for another 10 minutes because I'm kind of like, oh my god. Oh, Coral was right. But yeah, like really, what in the world? I don't think the slap was bad. I mean, wasn't like he was hauled off on him. Yeah, like it was. Here's the thing. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't like he hauled off on him. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like it wasn't just like a fight. It was not like a genuine fight. And there are people who are just like there are people in YouTube comments who are like, "Oh, right, he slaps somebody and then he gets an Oscar." And it's like you're making it actually sound like the voting for the person who would win the Oscars happened minutes ago. You know? People actually are like, why did you give the Oscar like immediately after the slap? And it's like, you do know how Oscar voting works. You do know that the Oscar voting happens days or even a few weeks before the ceremony happens. And there are people out there who's like, why don't you just give it to the second person? It's like, because you know what? The runner-up is going to be like, hey, I won an Oscar. It's like, but, you know, there's an asterisk because I was the runner-up, but somebody got slapped. And then there was this huge internet uproar about, you know, Will Smith giving up his Oscar. Plus, I heard Rock was going after Jada for years. You know what? I'm not going to go there. You know what? I'm genuinely not going to go there because I'm not sure. They're just rumors. You know, just like when people are like, hey, the slap was fake. And it's like, okay, that is definitely not true. Because Chris Rock said it wasn't fake. Will Smith kept apologizing about it. And also, let's say if it was fake. It kind of the argument fell apart when he started swearing on national TV. It's not a bit if it was on national TV and it's had Will Smith swearing in front of everybody and it made everybody uncomfortable. Like, you can tell when something's a bit, but him slapping Chris Rock is not a bit. Also, plus, people say protect black women, but don't ask or talk about what that means. I think they just mean, like, with non-violence, like, stand up for black women, you know? Protect black women, like, stand up for them, be at their side, be at our side. But, like, you know, some people just don't want to ask or talk about it. Some people just downplay it. But yeah, people just need to know what that actually means sometimes. But yeah, in terms of like the Will Smith slap, I'm glad it's like not. It's like we're moving past that. Although Will Smith has a movie and he has a trailer on his YouTube channel. It's called Emancipation, and like half of the dislike bar, like half the likes are dislikes, and it's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I could see why. It's like, so you're just gonna dislike a movie because of the person. I mean, unless this is like that, unless it's the movie. I don't know. There was an Indian movie. There was a trailer that got the most dislikes of all time because of nepotism in Bollywood culture. where there was like a director and he put his daughter in the movie, and it was one of the reasons why another actor killed himself. Um, yeah, no, f the non-violence ish. That has so many bad layers when poorly applied. It's poorly applied. Yeah, it is. So we have to have a better way of like using words. I want to say we need a better way of using words. I just don't know how to use those words properly. Like I've never been in a fight. Well, I have been in a fight. This was like years ago when I was a kid, but I've never been in a fight um proper. I've never been in a fight proper. Nobody is like John Wayne when he proposed a real threat. Nobody dislikes John Wayne and he posed a real threat to a native woman. Yeah, like there are things that people just genuinely don't talk about. I didn't hear about John Wayne posing as a real threat to a native woman. I know that he was kind of a racist. Um, I should probably look into it. Maybe reading a John Wayne biography. Um, then again, I'm not a John Wayne person. I never was. I just remember he was in a bunch of cowboy western movies, and then he played Genghis Khan. Which, for those of you who think that Jared Leto was the worst Joker, and Jared Leto as the Joker is the worst casting choice ever, I bring you John Wayne as Genghis Khan. That is still one of the most WTF casting decisions of all time. I honestly get that John Wayne wanted to do something different, but playing Genghis Khan, that's like Jason Biggs playing Martin Luther King Jr. You got to admire the brass knuckles that you're going for. But no one's going to buy it. And I have reason to dislike John Wayne. He was not very likable. He was kind of full of himself. I mean, generally, those who know about him, he was mad against the Indian women for speaking out against American policies against their people. Yeah, well, it's kind of like the same thing here. It's like once somebody who is of color speaks out against policies and towards race, there are Americans who are going to be like, you are just speaking out against a system that's not broken. It's like, no, they're speaking against a system that is only for you, and that's it. Like, it's not fair. Like, that's generally not fair. So she was speaking out against something that is close to her heart, and then people are like, you can't do that, this is America. And it's like, you can't argue against American policies. And it's like, yes, you can. You absolutely can. You absolutely can speak out against, like, those policies. This was all at the Oscars. Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Was this the same place where Marlon Brando won an Oscar? Wait, was this where Marlon Brando won an Oscar? And then he didn't attend, but he got somebody else to go in his place and speak out again. A native woman spoke out. Is that the one? I'm actually not sure. Wait, was that the Oscar ceremony, or am I thinking about something else? Brando let her do it, and Wayne. Okay, that one. Okay, that one was awful. Like, Brando let her do it. Yeah, Brando let her do it, and Wayne just like, yeah, that's kind of a dick move. Brando, for all his faults, actually has some sort of conscience. And Wayne is very, 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 very old-fashioned. So, no matter what you think about Brando, he actually has a conscience. He has a conscience. So it's like, yeah. So it's like, I have more respect for Brando than John Wayne. John Wayne, decent actor, but Brando, for all his faults, is a better person. And with that, we are going to have to call it, because This stream was supposed to be ending 40 minutes ago, but Wayne didn't get anywhere near the ish that Smith did. Yeah, exactly. You know? Well, Wayne is a bat. Yeah, pretty much. I pretty much agree. But everybody, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Moon Crickets, for the follow. Thank you, Morgia and Skullgun, for the follow. Thank you, Coral. Thank you, Coral, for the raid. Thank you so much. Thank you, Katie, for getting Coral the gift sub. We are gonna raid somebody who is playing Pokemon Unite. We're gonna raid Toxie May. Everybody, thank you all for coming. I will be back here hopefully tomorrow for another thing. Whatever this is. But until tomorrow, hopefully, I'm Kiara Strings. I'm a trans woman, and this has been the early stream. Thank you, and take care. I will be safe. All of you be safe as well. And remember, you paid for this.